Alt and click to pick one of your already picked colors. So by Alt and click, I now have my lighter blue. Hello. So when you're creating your sprite, you can choose your pixel density. I advise you not to go too high with this, either 32 by 32, 64 by 64, or somewhere in between. By default, Piskel is in 32 by 32. You can change that by looking over at the resize right here. So we resized to 64 by 64. You can see 4 times the size. But I'm going to keep this at 32 by 32. I'm going to rename my character by using the save function here. Oh, what to name the character? What does he look like? His name could possibly be. He's an adventurer.
Looks like Banjo.
Banjo?
Yeah.
Okay. Banjo.
How do you paint only the inside of it?
How do you paint only the inside?
Yeah, like how you paint black the inside of the character?
Yeah.
Because every time I pick the paint bucket, it paints the whole thing.
Yeah, all I was doing was I'd paint either in light. I always do it this way. I paint in bright or dark first with the biggest brush and mirror, and then I'm just like make big areas, and then figure out the shapes afterwards with a darker color. So yeah, I'm just using a smaller brush, so darker color, and then smaller brush. Maybe that one. And then you just figure out the shapes. And then I just use those two colors for a while. Alt and click to pick the other color, and I go, oh, lighter color. Alt and click to get the darker color. And I can draw more. So just work with two colors. And then later on you can add more, add decoration, clothing, all of that.
How did you
Right click to erase. Shortcut. There is obviously an eraser, but right click to erase. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to design. Looking for an adventure or character. That's it for the brief. It can be any style at all.
also You cold?
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'll go over a bit.
I think using the hair dryer. Very stylish.
It's good.
Looks
Hello, hello.
Morning.
Okay, so you should have a rough character design down, or at least one you can work with at this stage. So next we're going to work on the animation part of this. 2 animations that we need, so minimum 4 frames for this whole sprite sheet. And idle is just the movement you make when you're standing still. So use the frame manager so you can duplicate your main hero image and then just make a slight change. So the duplicate can be can have blinking eyes, a slight bit of arm movement, breathing effect, anything just to add a little bit of life. So minimum 2 frames. You can add more if you wish. And you can see my frame manager here on the left. I've got 3 frames, 3 different character designs that I was just working on because I was bored. And you can see the animation is playing right over here. Open preview, new group. There it is, jumping between the 3 at the same time. So it's just going between those 3 images as fast, well, at 12 frames per second. Could change that, go down 2 frames. Every second, 2 frames. Much slower. 2. So I'm just going to pick one of these to work up with. I don't know which one. Not the weird robot one. I think that's too weird. Little cowboy guy probably is the nicest one. So I can move my frames around. I want this to be my frame 1, so I'm just going to move it to the top. I'll say goodbye to little green guy. And delete this other one. And then yeah, I just need a duplicate of my frame, and then I can start making some changes. Duplicate. Yeah, slight bit of movement. We can have a blink. I don't know how I do a blink with just these eyes here. Or I can use my select tool to start moving things around. So rectangle selection. And if I hold shift, I can move things around. So slight bit of movement. I could just grab this whole top section here. Hold shift. Move down. And now I've got a very basic idle movement. He moves his whole body up and down. Worse.
It's weird.
It looks weird. I know. Sometimes you do too much.
Think it's better if you have more frames.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm keeping this as 2. Most definitely.
But if the APS is 2 and there's more frames, it doesn't affect, no?
If there's more frames, does it affect it?
Yeah.
No. You can have 12 frames as the idle. You have 24.
No, I mean, the APS is 2, right? So it doesn't matter how many frames there is, no? The FPS is 2.
If the what is 2? Do you mean?
FPS.
Oh, FPS.
Yeah.
It still matters because there'll be more information. It'll do 2 frames per second, but if I add like way more, it's gonna be like more stuff will happen. It'll just be that speed.
Okay.
So
That would make it lag, is it?
no.
That,
It'll
that's what I'm asking for.
yeah. I clicked the continue with recommended cookies. I did save it, but it's gone. Oh well. Can't get attached to these things. Right, now I gotta start again. And there we go. So I had saved it and it's saved in my browser as Banjo. So I could open it again from import.
There's two ways to save as a X and save as a browser.
So you can save the physical to your laptop. You can also export as image. But I have, yeah, luckily I haven't lost everything. Load. There we go, we're back. So yeah, I should save as physical as well and just keep doing that. Okay. Idle 2 frames or however many, complete. Next we need our movement animation. So 2 to 4 frames. So yeah, just movement of legs, movement of arms, just to show movement, depending on the character. That could be anything. It could just be a bouncing, a stretching, a scrunching. And again, I'm just going to give it 2 frames. Keep it short. No, same file. It'll all be in the same sprite sheet. So basically, frames 3 and 4 for me will be as movement frame. Again, I'm going to duplicate. Actually, I'll duplicate this first one because the arms are up. And move it down. This will be the start of my movement. And however many more I add on here, I'm just going to add 1. And again, I'm going to use my lasso tool, my rectangle selection, or my lasso, to select. Oh, that's no good. And use shift to raise one. The rules of a walk cycle: if your right arm is going forward, then your left leg is going forward. There's a counterbalance. Right, left, left, right. So I'm going to move this arm up. And the opposing limb is also going to go up. This leg. I might have to redraw this. Yeah, I don't think I can just move things up and down. You know what? Delete. Oh, and another good thing for animation is being able to see where the previous frame was. So in classical animation, you flip paper really fast so you can see the one before and the one behind. we have a little tool called an onion skin right here, and this will show you the last frame, but in the current one. So I turn on onion skin, a little picture of an onion right here.
Yeah.
Now I can see the previous frame. I can see where the foot was. I can see its shape. I'll be able to figure out a few things here. So how thick it is. I want it to raise a little bit.
Where do you see the preference one?
It'll be easier if I, let me save. Save. So as I add a new frame, I can see just the previous one. So if I draw something on frame 4, I'll draw this orange ball. Frame 4. If I draw an orange ball here, then on frame 5, I can see the ghost image of it. It means I can animate a whole lot easier.
Ah, o seu, não. Deixa eu ver.
Anyway, back to my drawing.
Eles têm uma poesia. Meu amigo que ele tá na atividade falsa, no transferimento para trabalhar na Microsoft, mas não lá dentro no sistema, no metodologia de banco, os servidores. Ele estava pensando em fazer isso para entrar, ele tem experiência, mas é muito mais perigoso. É a diferença. Eu estou esperando uma das duas mesmo na fila de banheiro. Eu vou desistir, vou ficar de novo como home care. Eu já tenho problema. Então, 2 meses é muito tempo. Tem curso.
Eu falo que tinha experiência, eu penso que do pai, não. Naquele pensa, música,
That can be really. Yes, but you know.
Moving.
Por direito, tipo, né? Já tá com 6 meses, né? O meu sonho. Mas você faz o tanto de aplicando pra. Eu tô nessa também. Mas eu tô apaixonada, né? Eu me dedicando aos trabalhos de escola.
Frame one of the wall. One leg goes up, one arm goes up, one leg's down on the ground, the other arm moves down.
Nice.
And then the other frame, I can just move it. Good.
Trabalhei.
There's lots of frames.
I have 10 frames.
Não faz mais nada. Agora aqui só não mata gente que não tem nada. Mas podia matar, não tem problema.
Ai, essa filha.
Then that's the move there.
Então, acho que
And then that's me.
o Marcelo.
É mais.
Because I don't have legs.
You got roots?
Não,
Fica mancando.
nem quero ficar mancando. Tem dor, tem. Não, dor eu não tenho.
Your character's just gonna smoke the whole game.
Yeah.
Nem quero, eu tô falando disso. Desse assunto.
Oh, you put a background in. I hope that's on a separate layer.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. When he was doing that, it was just quiet, just until he realized it was just.
Oh. We do have layers. We can make a separate layer for a background layer. But this character, I did want it to be on a transparent background because we're going to build the background in Unity. So we don't want anything behind it. No, it won't take that long. Pixel art is fast, even if you make a crazy mistake.
Eu fiz isso durante 8 anos. Aí virei. Falei, todo mundo.
Mas aqui.
Eu joguei com 3 anos.
Okay, so my little trick here is that I don't need to draw this frame again. I can just duplicate this, which has one leg down, one leg up. Duplicate my frame, and instead of redrawing everything so that the other arm is up and the other leg is up, I can use the flip horizontally right here. Save myself a whole bunch of time. Flip. And now look at him dance. Yee-haw! That was so easy. Obviously, I think 2 frames or 4 frames maybe would be the animation speed. Let's see how it looks in Unity. But that's the two, that's all you need. You need 2 frames for idle, 2 frames for movement. Anything else beyond that is just making it look really nice.
Sorry, how do you do that?
They flip?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just take a frame, and you don't need to select anything. We just have to transform over here, flip horizontal. You can also flip vertical. There's a bunch of rotation and cloning tools.
acho que vai casa muito, né? Se for vontade. Mas qualquer. Igual passar por aí.
Okay, so we're ready to bring this into Unity. If you don't have Unity open already, please open either last week's project or a new project.
It's better to open new one, no?
I don't know, is it? Why?
Because ping pong.
Yeah, but just new scene. New scene. It's fine. If you have ping pong already open, that's fine. You can still work in the same project. Might even use some of the scripts again. I am going to start a new one.
Yes. Universal 2D.
2D. Universal 2D. Wait, hold on. Not that URP one, though. Universal 2D core. We also have the 2D built-in render pipeline. Okay, Universal 2D. This will be the labyrinth. While this is opening, this would be a good time as any to take the attendance with the digitals. Please get your QR code scanner ready. In 5, 4, 3.
It's the one.
Okay, yeah, I have the right one. No. Okay, I can do it manually.
I don't know. Mine is developing.
Okay, just give me a minute. Let's see if it works for anybody else. No. Okay, so for some people it works, some people it did not.
Mine.
Timula?
Yes.
Yes.
It's me.
Okay. Barbara. No trial. Sabrina, it worked.
What is this about? It's in casa.
Six, seven, eight, 9, 10. Yeah, we're still missing 2. Oh, no, wait, that's it. Yeah. Got it. I think should have 10. Yeah, we got 10. Great. Okay, yeah. So next part, importing the character into Unity as a sprite. So we need to export our sprite sheet from Piskel first, which is why we had all the animations in one rather than making a second one. Horizontal layout works best with Unity slicing, and pretty good at everything really. But from Piskel, we need to export. Let me just reset my watch here. Here. Banjo. So export. It's right down here. Export image as sprite sheet or as animated GIF, which Unity accepts as well. You can put GIFs. I still say GIF. GIF. Anyway. So we want this as a sprite sheet, so I'm going to select PNG. 2 columns, 3 rows, that seems fine to me. And then just click download. And you can increase the scale if you want, but we don't need to do this one. Five frames. Oh, I have it actually. You'll have a really small image.
I have 2 columns of rows
I got 2.
on the layout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's just standard. Yeah. Yeah. 2 columns, 2 rows. It's fine. And then inside of Unity, we just want to import. Let me just create a folder for this. Right. And then import it like any image. We have a couple of import settings to worry about. It needs to be a multiple sprite type. And then the pixels per unit, depending on what scale you used. Mine is a 32 pixel, so I'm going to use that as my pixels per unit. It's a good rule of thumb for scale. But if you went any higher, if you went 48 or 64 or 128, just make that your pixels per unit. And then, yeah, point no filter as usual. Assets. Import new asset. Downloads. Banjo. Mine's 32-bit. 32 pixel. Filter mode, point no filter. One thing, just to make sure I have my transparency, I'm going to select or GBA, red, green, blue, alpha. Make sure I have my alpha channel in format. So things that change: pixels per unit, point no filter, format.
And apply.
Apply.
Anyway,
Nem sei se isso vai não. Espero que vamos. Agora. Is import quantity.
nope, I just use asset. So asset, import new asset.
Tem duas opções de salvar isso. Um arquivo e salvar na.
Exportar.
Isso daqui. Não. Sim. PNG. Mas aí não vai estar se mexendo.
Todas as figurinhas